what are your aspirations? What do you want to do with your music, and maybe your art generally?
I want to spread love.
Okay.
So I'm a lover girl.
Okay.
And I love songs.
Okay.
That's what I grew up on. Most of the musicians that I've listened to are love songwriters,
Okay.
you know, like Boyz II, Donnell Jones, Joe. I love Michael. See, those type of music have kind of like influenced me where I want to be that kind of influence too. So I've never met Michael Jackson because, you know, but till today, when I hear his music, I feel like I know him. So having said that, I would love to be able to have an impact to the point where people, like the story I told you, can call me or send me a message and say, your songs are really nice. This song really like touched me. Oh my God. And this song is something that I can relate to. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. I want to be appreciated and heard, first of all, at least globally. Then secondly, I would love to be able to get to the point where I can use my platform to help people. You know, to help people and just make an impact, really, you know, music.
Hello there. Welcome to Akweya TV, the home of history, art, culture, and development. This is where we bring you all that is in our culture and what they mean for us in the development in our future. Now, there's a lot that happens around that. We know that art is our own way of communicating to our souls and our spirit, and also carrying messages across many generations. So today I've got an artist that's doing wonders with her voice, and you know that Akweya TV always brings you amazing stuff, right? And before I talk about the artist, I know there are some new books that I would want you to look at. Nengak Daniel Gondi has a new collection, 60 poems titled Gesticulations on a Bike, which is interrogating things from his life, the various standpoints, love, loss, friendships. This is an interesting book you need to have. Nengak is a development worker who has worked with USAID and a number of projects. He also released another book, which it says Postcards from Salamaville. These are things you need to read. And then you had an interview with a retired Colonel Victor Ndulue. And I think this is one that struck me. Interestingly, it's etiquette for wives of military officers. You know, the idea is most military officers can only make progress if their wives don't do the wrong things. You need to read about it. I've got Camouflage, which you can order on Amazon. This is a reissue of the Anthology of Creative Writings, which yours sincerely co-edited with Professor Nduka Otiono. It's got works by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. If you guys don't know that Chimamanda once wrote Half of a Yellow Sun as a short story before it became a novel, the only place ever it was published was in Camouflage. You're going to read Half of a Yellow Sun as the short story in here. But that's it for just that intro. The artist I've got here today sounds, when I first heard her song, Tell Me Why, she reminded me of so many soul voices that I couldn't remember, but I remember Desiree as one voice and Mary J. Blige. And then when I spoke with her, then it came, oh, there is someone that's called Deborah Cox. That is why I'm going to get sentimental. Yeah. So please join me in welcoming Everything.
Everything.
Everything. That's Ene. Pleased to meet you.
Same here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How come, I mean, your name, why is E for everything?
I came up with that name because I'm into a lot of things.
Yeah.
As we previously discussed,
Yeah.
in addition to being a musician,
Yeah.
I'm also a painter
Ooh.
and a chef.
Ooh.
So, and I write. So I figured, well, I have this whole, like, I guess you could say, conglomerate of talents. So I just called myself E4everything because you expect everything.
Yeah.
When you follow me on Instagram or, you know, search me online, you will discover I have all these other things I do, not just solely music. Although music is the main thing that I do.
It's the marketing, it's the brand.
It's the main pursuit,
Yeah.
actually. It's, yeah.
How long have you been into this?
I've been singing unprofessionally since I was like 10.
Oh.
That was when I started playing with my voice.
Yeah.
But professionally, I started recording in the studio in 2010. So that would make it 13 years now.
Wow. 13?
Yeah, 13 years now.
Okay.
Professionally, recording songs and all that, yes.
Okay. So if you look at your trajectory as an artist, how does the inspiration come in the first place?
I'm inspired mostly, funny enough, by Heartbreak.
By Heartbreak?
Yes.
Why?
I really can't explain it, but like heartbreak and pain tend to bring out the best in me.
Oh.
Yes. You know, I can sing from a place of experience. So that's why I'm saying that experiences, heartbreak, pain, anything I'm experiencing that takes a lot of emotion from me, maybe makes me sad or, you know, regretful or something. Somehow, as a channel for outlet, music, it also helps me to like express those experiences. You know, so I like to express from a point of experience.
Whoa.
So that when I sing a song, when people hear it, they can relate. And they can feel like, okay, this thing must be something that she experienced, and it has more impact, you know, than just superficial content. So
you're going to be making me sad. I mean, like, I listen to Dido, have a lot of her songs, and I actually try to avoid listening because her metaphors are so. I mean, listen to Tea's Gone Cold. I'm on. I mean, like, tea has gone cold. Why that metaphor is so strong?
That is very strong.
Yeah.
Mine is more literal. I wish I was that metaphoric with my music.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, Tell Me Why, you talk about the experience of heartbreak.
Yes, that was, yes.
Where, you know, you felt disappointed, but you also didn't know why you were so appointed, why you expected so much. Tell us about that experience.
Okay. So the story
behind
Tell Me Why, it's self-explanatory when you listen to the song.
Yeah.
So in the intro, I was there that night and I saw you cuddled up with her in your arms.
Yeah.
It's exactly how it went.
Okay.
I went to see a guy who I was dating, and I came unexpectedly.
Yeah.
So he thought I was out of the country. I traveled, but then I came back sooner than he expected. And I came into his house and noticed that there was already another girl there.
Yeah.
So, and then once that happened, it started raining. So as I was walking away, trying to find a cab, it was rain pouring. It was so like dramatic.
Yeah.
And that night I went into the studio and I dropped Tell Me Why.
Oh,
It was actually a freestyle, yes, because I was really like hurt. And it was just like, I had to express that. And that's one of my best songs yet, because when people hear it, they're always like, oh, this song is deep. Yeah. It's not a typical, like, you know, song that you come out with and after a year, people don't want to listen to it. It's pretty classic. Yeah. Case in point, I had a cousin of mine who took my CD of that song at the time to Germany. Okay. And then I got an email a few months later from a Caucasian man, a German, and he said he got my email from my cousin. He wanted to reach out because he wanted to go and download Tell Me Why. The CD, which had to Tell Me Why, that my cousin had given him in Germany, he had played it to the point where it had scratched. Oh, okay. And he said he was just going through a divorce. And that's the reason why he played that song on repeat, because he could relate to it. I don't know what this guy looks like, but for me to get that email from across the world that this your song helped me through my divorce, You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it all ties into writing from a place of relatability. If people can relate to you through pain,
Yeah.
everybody experiences pain,
Yeah.
heartbreak, any of those emotions, if it's coming from that place, people will definitely relate to the music.
Yeah.
You know, and they can kind of feel you.
Oh.
Yeah. I hope I didn't just go off on a tangent.
No, but that's great because in fact I'm wondering who that producer was that received you that night. I mean, like that was going to be intense.
He even knew the story.
Oh, he knew the story.
He knew.
Okay.
He had been warning me about the guy.
Oh.
So the song, everything just had to. He was supportive. He was like, the way you're feeling right now, let's do it. Let's just do something.
Oh,
and I went into the booth and I just freestyled. And that was how that song came about.
And he got the
the beat.
Yeah.
It was on point.
Yeah.
Everything.
Really on point.
Yeah.
And I'm following up on that story. Because part of the lyrics say something like, you knew, or something like that. And why do girls seem to get drawn to the bad guys? Because they know this is, you said he was a Casanova. And
he
everyone
was.
knew.
Okay, but he was a liar. So here's
liar.
the thing. Casanovas and bad boys are smooth.
Yeah.
They know how to talk, sweet talk.
Okay.
And women, it's what we hear.
Okay.
That, helps us fall in love or whatever.
Yeah.
So he was good with his words. He was a good, smooth talker, smooth operator. So I fell for it.
Yeah.
A lot of times when people say this person is bad, I don't just automatically stay away from that person because I don't know the experience you had with that person. I'm stubborn enough that I like to experience things myself. So now I get burned. Now I know. When you were telling me, let me experience it kind of thing, and he was just too smooth, so he I succumbed.
Listening to the soul in that voice and everything, I was asking, what's your relationship then with Afrobeats? Everywhere is Afrobeats. How does she have this kind of music?
Yes.
What's she going to sell?
Yes.
Do you do Afrobeats?
Yes, I do. I have so many Afrobeat songs.
Okay.
Yes, because when I came into the music industry in Nigeria, working with producers, they would always tell me, your songs are too Oyibo, they're too Americanized. So they started making me try to enter into that niche, which is Afrobeats. And I have Afrobeat songs. Okay. But tell me why it's a representation of who I really am.
Who you are. Do you struggle to get into that space? Like, do you struggle to do Afrobeats?
Initially I did.
Yeah.
But then after 3 years in Nigeria, I hang out with people that speak Pidgin. I try to be part of the grassroots. Like, I get down to the nitty gritty. So I'm relating to people that I feel like would be my main audience. Because my target audience is not just people who are the elites.
Yeah.
I would like to target the masses, which makes up the highest population.
Yeah.
And those are the people that listen to Afrobeats and those crazy type of music.
Yeah.
So for me to be able to have tapped into that, I had to understand where those people are coming from.
Yeah.
I need to understand the struggle. I need to relate to them on their level. So that when I'm singing about things, they can say, this girl, she sabi, like she actually has experienced these things. And then they will be able to relate. So that's how I got into the Afrobeats, by being around people, listening to a lot of music.
Okay.
At a point, I'll go to the club, and the moment people are standing up and going crazy for a song, I'll write it down. Seriously, I'll go, I could be in the car, lounge or club, and I'll bring my phone out and start writing, what song is that? Okay, that song is really nice. And I'll go and tell my producer.
Yeah.
So it's been a long process learning, but it has been very good. Like I like the fact that I can switch to R&B and switch to Afro.
Yeah.
So now I'm not just one, sided. I'm multifaceted when it comes to that.
And it might be another music in the whole trend tomorrow.
Yes, but Afrobeats is pretty big right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
Tell us some more what you do to immerse yourself in this culture.
Immersing myself goes with just listening to more Afrobeats and trying to appreciate it, and also working with producers who are typically Nigerian Afrobeat producers. Okay. But my type of music I really listen to is R&B. Okay. So, but only thing I really do is just listening to the music, interacting with people who do music, artists, who are into Afrobeats. like I mentioned, I did a song with Terry G.
Yeah, Terry G.
That was,
in fact, I was going to come back to that after the break because I wanted us to go on a break and then we'll come back. I wanted to ask you about that collaboration with Terry G.
Okay.
So we are going to be back shortly because this is going to be an interesting conversation. I'm sure you're enjoying it already with everything, E for everything. We'll be back. Don't touch it. Just make sure you share this if you are watching on YouTube, and do call your friends because we're going to go into her life. She grew up not within the country, and also how the music is developing, where she's going with her music. We'll be right back. Record your meetings. Always, I say. Why? Well, because it is good practice on the one hand. However, there are a few important things to note when recording a virtual meeting, and that you're going to find out in this video. At the start of your virtual meeting, as soon as your participants are all logged in, start by asking for consent. Let them be aware that they are being recorded. Sometimes consent does not have to be just about yes or no. It can be, for example, yes if it is not necessary to have the camera on. Consent could be also in the form of if it is okay to record the guest lecture but not the subsequent question and answer session. So always determine what consent you have and ensure that you extract that and keep to it. While doing this, also keep in mind that it is quite possible to record a particular segment of a meeting and not record the other, just like we said. So at the end, convert audio and video files from your event and make it accessible to participants. This is for transparency and for accountability so everyone knows what was recorded. And with this, it's a wrap with this series on how to host a virtual event. If you've got questions and you're not sure about how to host your virtual meeting, then we can do all of this for you in a budget just for you. Stay tuned for more comms, tips, and tricks from Isu Media. Don't forget to share and follow us everywhere on social media @Isu Media. Our content is needed by your friends and professional colleagues. You're welcome back, and this conversation is one that you can't afford to miss. And thank you, those of you who have been with us on YouTube and shared our videos. Thank you so much. There are other shows that you can see on our platforms. You surely just could click and see more of those things. And if you're watching us from NTA, please climb up to YouTube and you'll see a lot more shows on Akweya TV. But back to our conversation with Ene. She is doing a lot, and I just wanted to find out, we talked before about your inspirations and the things you are doing to immerse yourself. Tell us about your growing up, why you grew up outside of this country. Mm-hmm. What was it like? What was growing up like? And then how does it contrast with being here?
So my father used to be a diplomat.
Okay.
So diplomats tend to travel. Part of the job description is you're posted to represent your country.
Yeah.
His being Nigeria, and you're there for a few years, and then after 4 years, they post you back to Nigeria and then to another place. So just like that.
Yeah.
So I've lived in Russia. I was born in Russia.
Oh.
Moscow.
Okay.
And that was like my dad's first posting. I've lived in Australia, Canberra, Australia. I've lived in Austria. And I also lived most of my life in the US.
Okay.
In the DMV area, Maryland.
Okay.
To be precise, yeah.
Okay. And how was that rather?
It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I had to learn quickly to adapt to moving on from people I've made friends with and all that. You know, you're somewhere for 4 years, then you're up and leaving, and they might never see you again. Yeah. And I had that experience when I was younger in Australia. Okay. I left at the age of 9, and all my friends, I knew I was not going to see them again. Oh, you know, Australia is like...
Yeah, it's It's another
at the
part of the world. Like,
end of the world.
Yeah.
So, but like that experience is fun to travel,
Yeah.
but then it's not fun when it comes to breaking ties with people that you've bonded with.
Yeah.
But it has also helped me with my creativity
Okay.
because I'm influenced by so many different things and I'm exposed,
Yeah.
you know, I've been exposed to so many different cultures, different Western cultures, Western people, and how their music, of course.
Yeah.
So that has been, I've been able to incorporate that into my music. Now, how
Okay.
does it contrast to Nigeria?
Electricity 24/7
I mean,
here.
that's goes without saying.
Okay.
We have, it's different. First of all, biggest issue I think I see
Yeah.
as a difference is the mindset. So Nigerians have a different mindset that I'm not used to,
Yeah.
you know. And
Is it an issue or is it an asset?
it's an issue because it, how do I explain this? It's an issue because the mindset is it causes limitation. And those people also want to limit you as well. It's a very I don't know, limiting characteristic, and it's also like a backwards type of
But I thought that
mentality.
Nigerians are very progressive, very they are the ones who don't see boundaries, who say, hey.
But the mentality
Yeah.
is so important.
Yeah.
Because even if you're the most hardworking person, we're very diligent, we're very, you know, we strive for the best.
Yeah.
But then look at the country right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people that are supposed to be helping us as citizens, our leaders and stuff, they have that mentality of not wanting to see a better, I don't think they want to see a better Nigeria, but I don't want to go into that topic because I'm not a politician. But really the contrast is just that this place is worlds apart from those countries.
Yeah.
We might have smartphones now. We probably are always on trend. The newest hair, everybody gets them.
Yeah.
The newest this one, everybody has iPhone. But when it comes to the real thing, we still don't have lights. That's one. You know, you might have the iPhones and whatever, but you don't have lights. We don't have lights. We don't have good infrastructures for young people to develop themselves. Everybody's doing things on their own with very little support.
Yeah.
You know, and the opportunities are not that many unless you're just lucky, you know. So that's
But
the
why do
difference.
Nigerians live here and then make it so big elsewhere?
It's because of what I just said, the limitations that are here.
No, but I'm saying that so you go there and people who are in those countries either didn't see those opportunities or didn't do it very well to succeed. I'm just wondering if you see Nigeria as a place that shapes you with such discipline because you've gone through
a lot. Okay, it's been a training ground.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a training ground. I mean, there's no way you live in this country for long enough and you will not exceed expectations when you leave.
Yeah.
Because people here are productive.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk about the character here, just the way of life, the ambition that people have. But here, it will you will kill your dreams.
Yeah.
Nigeria is like a dream killer, seriously, from my experience. And so when people have this labor that they put into things and they get peanuts, it's different when they travel. That same labor, if not even as much as the labor they're putting in here, when they put a little bit of labor into whatever they're doing outside, they're properly rewarded.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. It's not because they're not hardworking or they were not trying here, but you can burn out in Nigeria. You can work for 10 years and then you don't know what you got out of it.
Yeah.
You know, the people that do the most labor in this country are the least paid.
Yeah.
Housemaids, bricklayers, you know, drivers, police officers. Like you do all these things and you're getting meager funds. You know, so that's one of the biggest things I see. You know,
I would miss having you on this show without a question about why you collaborated with Terry G. Terry G.
Of all people.
Of all people. Yeah. I mean, Terry G seems to have been out of the whole space, you know, and you chose Terry G. Why?
First of all, the collaboration took place a long time ago when he was still really like,
Oh,
and
when was this?
I think that was 2012, 2013.
Okay.
And that was like at the peak of his, you know, Terry G style of music.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, Terry at the time was very big, and two, he's from my state.
Okay.
So it was an Idoma song. because
Okay.
I'm Idoma by tribe.
Okay.
So that song needed a collaboration with an artist that could speak the language.
Okay.
Initially, I tried to do it with Two-Face, but
Okay.
plans fell through. So then my next option was Terry G,
Okay.
and that the rest is history.
Was it easy?
It was intimidating, you know. Even going back to the question you asked about how have I been able to navigate Afrobeats,
Yeah.
coming from a space where I'm an R&B
Yeah.
singer, I also put myself in situations that are uncomfortable.
Mm.
So I'm opposite of Terry G as far as
Yeah.
my music is
Yeah.
concerned. But then I embraced that challenge
Yeah.
to see how, even being around him, I could get inspiration from
Yeah.
his energetic self, you
Mm.
know, from how he produces and whatever.
Yeah.
It was a great experience, very difficult because
Yeah.
he's fast and loud, and I'm
Yeah.
more like, you know, but I chose him because he speaks my language, and that song required somebody that understood Idoma
Okay.
to do the remix with. So that was how that came about.
Did it have pain again?
No.
Okay. Thank
This one was
God.
about money.
Okay, it was about money.
It was about money. Yes.
Okay. And I think you saw him recently, right? I mean, like this
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
How is he? I mean, because
think he's
nobody
okay.
hears about him again.
Yeah, I'm sure maybe he's still just on that journey. You know,
Okay.
artists have their time when maybe they want to hibernate, take a break,
Yeah.
you know, before they come out. Maybe that's what he's doing. I'm sure he's working on new content,
Yeah.
you know.
I see people like Baba Frayo and all of that on TikTok, you know, trying to do a lot of things. But we don't see Terry G. Does that worry you at any point?
I mean, no, it doesn't worry me.
Okay.
Because that's his, he's an artist.
Yeah.
And it's his, I don't know, it's his, I guess his concern,
Yeah.
really. I'm focused on myself.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he doesn't like TikTok. I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't speak for him.
Okay. Now, before we leave, what are your aspirations? What do you want to do with your music, and maybe your art generally?
I want to spread love.
Okay.
So I'm a lover girl.
Okay.
And I love songs.
Okay.
That's what I grew up on. Most of the musicians that I've listened to are love songwriters, you know, like Boyz II, Donnell Jones, Joe. I love Michael. See, those type of music have kind of like influenced me where I want to be that kind of influence too. So I've never met Michael Jackson because, you know, but till today, when I hear his music, I feel like I know him. So having said that, I would love to be able to have an impact to the point where people, like the story I told you, can call me or send me a message and say, your songs are really nice.
Yeah.
This song really like touched me. Oh my God. And then this song is something that I can relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the first thing. I
Yeah.
want to be appreciated and heard,
Yeah.
first of all, at least globally.
Mhm.
Then secondly, I would love to be able to get to the point where I can use my platform to help people.
Yeah.
You know, to help people and just make an impact, really, you know, musically with my art. I just want to bless people because I've been given that art, that talent. I would like to bless people with it, you know, and yeah.
You have anything in the works coming soon?
Yes, I'm planning on dropping my EP by September.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've dropped some works, but the EP, this particular one, is more current.
Okay.
It has more current type of vibe and beats. And it's like, kind of like I've reinvented myself.
Oh, that's great.
I've been doing music for so long. Now I want to really get in there because Afrobeats is worldwide now.
Yeah.
So this is even like the best time to become part of that, you know.
Yeah.
Get on that train, basically.
Wow.
So yeah, but globally, I would love to have that impact with my music.
All right.
Yes.
Really wish you the best in that.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being with us on this conversation. And
Thank
we
you
look
for
forward.
having me.
We look forward to having you some other time. And when the album, the EP, comes out, we look forward to still
definitely
rocking it with you.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for staying with us. I hope you really enjoyed yourself as I did. I've learned a lot. I love meeting people. And if you do love meeting people like I do, please comment on the show if you are watching us on YouTube. Tell us what you love about the show. send some love to Ene for what she's doing. And then if there's anything that you want us to do or any artist you want us to have a conversation with, do let us know. We will always be expecting you. Our phone numbers are there on the screen, and we are on all social media as @akweyatv. Thank you for staying with us.